Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? All right. Today, we're going to discuss what Salesforce is and what it does. The reason we wanna do this is because you're going to start a 6 months long journey, and we want to discuss what Salesforce is. First of all, give you an overall picture of what it does, so you have a better idea of what's expected of you once you get a job. That's why we wanted to discuss this, and that's why we wanted to give you this demo session. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, my name is Birol Kanmaz. I live in the United States. I moved to the United States about 25 years ago. I studied computer networking, and I got into Salesforce about 3-4 years ago. What I did was I was looking for a, you know, it's actually a little bit of different story from everybody else's, because I started learning Salesforce little by little because I was looking for a solution to fix some of the problems that I was working for a company that actually was very cluttered. They were using Excel spreadsheets, and it was all over the place, and they didn't have a very good streamlined business workflow. So while looking for a solution, I found Salesforce, and what we did was we implemented it and ultimately became developer, because learning it little by little. But then I realized that it doesn't work this way. It doesn't have to be this way, because Salesforce is very complex, and I needed to actually join a boot camp. And what I did was I joined the boot camp, and I learned it fully, and I got my certification, and now I work for instructor. I teach Salesforce administrator to many people, and many people who are interested in Salesforce. So that's why I think that it's a great opportunity to get into IT field, because as I was learning Salesforce, and I realized that this is actually the best way to get into IT. Even though I have a background in IT, I've seen many people who aren't actually, who even got a job like in very large companies. They were able to grasp Salesforce very easily, because Salesforce is easy. It has very many tools that actually will help you accomplish many of the tasks that takes months for a programmer. And you don't even have to become a programmer to do many of the tasks that Salesforce offers. And that's why we are offering you this course. And for the first 2 months, 2.5 months, you will become an administrator, and you will be learning the front and the back end of Salesforce. And then you will become a developer after 2.5 months. For about 4 months, you need for the developer part of this exam, this course. And during that four months, you will learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, not to the fullest, but you will learn enough to do the tasks that are required of you. And also you will learn a language called Apex. Apex is a Java-like programming language, but don't let that scare you, because these are all very easy, to accomplish. But it does require a lot of effort on your part. That's why I suggest everybody to study, and you will have 3 hours almost every day during the weekdays for the courses, and the weekends you will have mentorship meetings, and also you will have project classes. And I suggest that everybody actually study, and try to change your life if you're not from the IT background, because this will change your life. Because as you can see, if you go to LinkedIn or Indeed, any of the job searching sites, you will see that there are many developers being sought after, and Salesforce is actually looking for a lot of people to hire, and it's estimated to to grow within only a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years. It's estimated that there's going to be 9 million people needed to do these tasks. So without any more, because any more of these explanations will not get you anywhere. So I'm going to explain to you what Salesforce is, first of all, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things about how it looks in the front end and the back end, and then you will see how easy it is, and then we'll get going. So today we're going to talk about what is Salesforce and what do companies use Salesforce for, and also who's Salesforce admin and what is her role, and also what does a developer do and what is his or her role. So we're going to talk about those. All right. To talk about that, let's think about an accounting program. What do you need for an accounting program? You need to think about the costs. You need to think about the bills and invoices, revenue, expenses, that is statistics and stocks tracing. These are all things that are required from an accounting program, right? And what do you need if you are looking for for a company that's selling, or for a company that wants to keep track of its sales or interactions with the customers? What do you need? You need something like a Salesforce. So that's exactly what we're going to explain to you. So it's like an accounting program, but for different purposes, you will need different versions of Salesforce. So we'll talk about the different versions of Salesforce as well. So how do companies make their sales? First of all, you need to market, right? You need to actually get the word out. You need to make advertisements. You need to get on the web. Social media is very important as well. Or you may actually make phone calls to potential clients, or you may actually ask people to, reference this company and what it does, what it sells. So the company that you work for example, may make all of these advertisements, web ads, even print ads, TV ads. So these are all the things that are required for a company to generate a lead. Lead is something that you need to grasp in order to learn what Salesforce does, what it is, because lead is one of the very important topics in Salesforce. So in order to make money, companies need leads, right? Because they're the ones who are potential buyers. They're the ones who are going to get you the revenue that the company needs. And once you get a lead, you need to convert that into an opportunity. What that means is that opportunity is a sale opportunity. So sales actually is what the companies are looking for, right? So they're trying to make sales. And think about a company that sells cell phones, electronics like laptops, or any like audio equipment. Think about that company. They actually are making phone calls to leads. They're actually sending out emails, and then they get leads. And then after they get leads, they contact that lead. For example, Adam Smith works for a company that actually is making, they're actually selling audio equipment, and you want them to, buy your equipment. Say that you call them, and then you try to invite them to event, and then you get barbecue events or something, or gathering like at a coffee house or something, and then you talk about the business, and then you say, our company is selling this, and are you interested in? And then he says, okay, I'm interested. And then you put that in the system. You say, Adam Smith is interested in buying this, and this is the quantity, and that's how much it will make us. So you need to put that in the records in order for this to work. Otherwise, it's all over the place. It's in email somewhere. It's buried under. That's what Salesforce is good for. Like it actually makes it very easy for management to keep track of what's going on within the company. And the sales representative puts that in the system, and then you actually try to keep in touch with that person. What happened with that sale? What happened with the you wanted to buy this product? What happened? And then you invite them, and then eventually you close the deal. Yeah, the person, Adam Smith, wants to buy 100,000 of these. And then you make let's say $2 million from this, and then it's a revenue. So a sales representative has to get a part of that as a commission, right? So you have to calculate that as well. And then this is actually, a lot of this is actually the sales process. So sales rep contacts the potential buyer, and then they bargain the price. Adam Smith wants to get a discount. So the platform, Salesforce platform, needs to be equipped with giving discounts. And then once the sale is made, it needs to be either, it's going to be close one. There are two ways to end the opportunity. You can either close, put it in close one or close loss status. So that's the sales process. But Adam Smith is having problems. He's dissatisfied with the, let's say, 10% of the equipment. That's way above the fault rate of any company. So they contact you and they say, 10% of our products is not working properly, and we can't sell these. So what you do is, you put that in the system. Again, you put it in Salesforce. You say, when I say you, sometimes it's interchangeable, because you is not somebody who's making the sale. You is not somebody who's the manager of the company. You're the developer, okay? As a developer, you need to put the foundation that's necessary to do all of this. So that's why, and many of these, actually, what I'm telling you is Salesforce already offers these. So it has a structure that actually works great. And there are a few nuances. There are a few things that needs to be done in order to make it better, make it actually fit for the company's needs. Every company is different. The way they work, the way they actually, their process is a little different. So that's why you need to actually make these changes in order to make the company, the manager happy or the sales representative happy. Sometimes they're gonna come up with suggestions for you to make. What if we do it this way, and then we get this result, and then you're supposed to be able to do that. So getting back to the service, like, there's actually problems with 10% of the equipment. So what does the company do? They will have to solve the problem, right? So they will have to, because they're not a repeated buyer if you don't solve their problems. They're going to be dissatisfied with your service. And even if you don't come back to them, you don't reply to their emails on time, they're going to be dissatisfied with your service. And you don't even have to, solve their issues. If it takes a month to solve their issues, they don't want to do business with you again. So you need to make sure that the system is capable of doing all of this, and Salesforce does that. That's what Salesforce does, and many more. Actually, this is just three parts. In three parts, how companies make their sales, and marketing, sales, and service. There are three different components within Salesforce, but they work together. So we'll talk more about this. So let's take a look. In marketing, you want to generate leads, right? So demonstrated right here, you want to attract customers. These people who are on the right, they're not related with you in no way. So they are, unknown people. Whoever is interested may take a step forward, and then you generate them as a lead. So that's what the lead is. Lead generation is actually, it just consists of, it's just people who are interested. They're not potential buyer yet. They're just interested. They're just looking. Like, you go inside a store, they tell you, it can help you with something, and then you just say, I'm just looking. Sometimes people just say, I'm interested in this product. Do you have that in size 30? and then, then that's a potential buyer, right? But if they're just saying they're just interested, that's a lead. So, or if they are just walking by, they look at your, stand, and then they just look a little longer, then it might also consider the lead. So you can approach that person and ask them what they're looking for. So that's what lead is. And in sales, you get to the sales part. So the person, who's interested in the product that you're selling, and they're showing you the exact product they're interested in buying, and they're saying, this is the product that I'm interested in buying, and I want, let's say, 1,000 of these. And then you get your sales person involved now. It's not marketing's job anymore to make the sale. Salesperson needs to contact the lead, and via email, via phone, via direct mail, via meeting. Sometimes, I mean, many of the times, actually, large deals are done person to person. You may make the first approach, sending an email, or even every door direct mail, like EDDMs. You send out a bunch of flyers, and then you lure the customer in. So that also is done. But then you make a phone call, like what happened, we met a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago. You were interested, you showed your interest in this product. Let's talk about it. Do you want to come and meet with me over lunch? And then the sales representative tries to close the deal. So if the lead is unsatisfied, they will not you will not make the sale. So they will be actually, they will remain in the system as a lead. Maybe in the future, you may actually send out product advertisements for different products. But if they're satisfied, they can actually, they can become a contact. So lead is a person who works for a company. They represent the company, and then you approach them. You say, we are selling this. Are you interested? And then that person lead becomes contact in your system. And then the company that the lead is working for becomes an account. Okay, so the account and contact, they're now related with each other. So the contact is actually working for a account, and you can see that in the system. You can see that the account has different fields because every object, as we call it in Salesforce, every object can have their own fields, which is another column basically. In an Excel, when you're making an Excel, you have columns, right? You have columns, and then you have rows. In rows, you have records. In columns, you have fields like name, address, phone number. These are what we call fields in Salesforce. But we'll get a little bit into more details about the fields and objects and records when we get to the actual course. But let me talk about the sales process, because when you convert the lead into a contact, automatically you can create the company as put it in your system as an account. And then optionally, if you know that this person is interested in a product and they're interested in buying, let's say, 1,000 of those, then you can create a business opportunity within the system. And it's another field, another object inside Salesforce. And in the business opportunity, you may write down how much revenue you're expected of, you can expect from this sale. So that's an opportunity for your company to generate a revenue. So you put that in the system to keep track of this. So Salesforce is a CRM program, CRM, customer relationship management. What does that mean? It means that you're keeping track of your interactions with companies, accounts, leads, or contacts, or even service. Like in service, you're keeping track of the cases that are open. So you're keeping track of these interactions. And with the business opportunity, you may include that in your, after you create a contact and account, You may create a business opportunity within Salesforce to make sure that you know what you're looking for. For example, companies make actually um, uh, assumptions about how much they're going to make each quarter. So business opportunity is a great way to find out if they're going to be able to make that much money within the quarter or even a month. So business opportunities put in, and you put in a amount value, expected amount after the sales is closed, and once you make the sale, this is how much I'm thinking about generating. So that's the sales part. And again, we are talking about leads, and in this graph that you can see that it was actually a mail that came in, and then you have an account and the contacts. Contacts actually can be one under account, or it can be many. So you have an account with 3 contacts here. So you can have multiple account contacts within the account, so you can approach different contacts depending on what you're selling. If you're selling something that involves that actually relates to one of these contacts, like right here, this contact is actually the one that takes care of the buyer. This is the buyer, right? His actually role is a buyer inside the account. So you may contact this person rather than this person, but this person made the first approach. This is the lead that actually you generated, and then you converted. But then you added this later. You may do that. The company may do that, and this is how Salesforce works. And then from this, you may have many opportunities. You may have 3 sales opportunities from this. You may have opportunity to buy product A, and then another opportunity to sell product B. And for product B, maybe actually related with this person, this contact. This contact is actually dealing with the, I don't know, medical equipment that you're selling. And this person is related to computer equipment, electronic equipment, or anything else. Like you may actually contact different people, different contacts, depending on the product you're selling as well. That's why the Salesforce is equipped to handle this. And once you actually make the necessary interactions with these customers, with these contacts, and then you actually generate revenue. So your goal is to make sales. I mean, companies' goals are making sales, and you're expected of making it easy for them. That's what the Salesforce does. So let's talk about the sales and service part. You may actually you may have customers who are dissatisfied with your products that you sold. Like you sold 1,000 laptops, and then there were problems, and then you assign it to a team, and then within the team they actually make a resolution for this problem. First of all, the contact deals with you, and then they send an email, or they click on a link that was provided inside your company website, or they made a phone call to your technical support. And I'm sure you made many phone calls to technical support. They actually they have different tiers within the technical support. When you make first phone calls, most of the time they go to tier 1. They're the ones who know a little bit about the products that they're selling. They may help you, but if it's something that actually is it requires a little bit more skill, they may actually bump your case up to a tier 2, or they may bump your case up to tier 3 if it's a very complex issue, and you need somebody very skilled who knows in and out, like what the product that you're selling. It's actually very it has 20 years of experience. So that's the technician that may actually they may need that technician's ability to fix the problem. So the Salesforce will allow you to assign this case to a team depending on the skill level. And then with the email templates, and it also goes to reports and dashboards. These are some of the things that you'll learn. Don't worry about it, because we'll generate email templates, and then we'll use reports and dashboards to see what happened with the case, or what happened with a sale, with what happened with an opportunity, because that's what the company, the managers within the company wants to know. So that's why, but we won't go into too much detail. So the cases are managed this way. The first case is assigned. So the person, the technician who is assigned a case, will identify and communicate the resolution, and if it's resolved, they will actually mark that case as closed. But then if it's not resolved, then case may be escalated to another person. Case is reassigned, and then it goes back to that circle. So until the case is resolved, and the built-in tools within Salesforce will allow you to do that. You may be required to do a little bit of tweaking depending on the company's requirements, and they will ask you to do some things that actually will make this a little bit easier for them. So that's why it's here that you understand how Salesforce works out of the box, so you can understand like how you can fix it. Okay, there are tools already inside Salesforce. So what are some of the requests? So we've been talking about what the management may ask you to do something, or your team leader wants you to do something. What are some of the things that they may ask you to do as a developer or admin? Assign a sales representative to a lead by obtaining the information of the person who is interested in your product. So assigning a sales representative is similar to the case. You remember what I said about the case is being assigned to a specific person depending on the expert level. So same thing with the cases. I mean, a sales representative. Sales representative may there's actually different sales representatives who know how to close a sale for different product. So you may actually assign a different sales representative to a lead depending on what kind of products that the lead is interested in. Generate a potential lead for the person who receives information from our website, and the person who receives the information on our website, we can actually generate a lead from that person. And like you have a form, everybody has filled out one of these forms online. You go to online, and then you have a form that you can fill out if you're interested in. Even like a newsletter may be actually considered a lead. For example, you put in your name, your phone number, and then you hit submit, and then you can become a lead inside Salesforce system. After meeting with the lead, create an account with the customer information. With this customer information, send the customer an email about the product this customer is interested in. So after meeting with the lead, it could be a phone call, even like it could be a barbecue event, it could be one-on-one meeting over lunch, or it could be like they met in an event. Many of these companies, they actually they have events for their sector, for their like there was a event in Las Vegas recently, and electronics expo. So that actually was something that a lot of these companies, they put on a stand, and then they were waiting for people to come in and show their interest in their products, right? So you can, after you meet with that person, you can send an email about the person who was interested in your product. Assign a more experienced sales representative to deal with this customer based on the price of the product or the type of product. Type of product is important. Like I said before, like the sales representatives is skilled with a certain type of products, or if it's you sell many things like you sell audio equipment or laptop or cell phone. I may be very skilled to sell cell phones, but there may be another person who is more skilled for laptops. They may know more about the laptops, and they can they can approach that customer, and you can set up the Salesforce sales part of Salesforce to do this. You can actually assign a more skilled sales representative for a certain product, or even it could be price level. If it's a large amount of money, the company may not want to jeopardize this sales opportunity. So they may actually want their sales manager to approach the customer. Even the slightest mistake may, scare the customer away. So you don't want the customer to, close the book on you, close the deal on you, just because your sales representative who's just not experienced enough to deal with this level of customer, this level of sale. So the company may assign a more skilled, maybe a sales manager to approach a customer, and you can assign. This can be done automatically. Salesforce allows you to do that, and you'll be able to see how you can make it so if it's a certain type of product, or if it's above a certain amount of sale, then you may assign it to a specific or group of people. So that's one of the things that the company may request from you. Okay, and what else? When the customer asks for a discount, let my sales representative get 10% off. So the sales representative may get 10% off, and it can be done without any hassle. You trust your sales representative. You can give them the ability to give 10% off, no problem. But if the customer asks for a larger discount, and you only allow your sales representative to give up to 10%, if the customer wants more discount, the sales representative approves up to certain rate. You can actually you can make the sales representative approve up to get approved automatically up to 10%. But after 10%, they may ask the sales manager to get involved to approve this discount, and this can be done automatically as well. If it's let's say 20%, up to 20%, between 10% and 20% may require a sales manager's approval. Okay. After 20%, let's say it's a 30% discount. Customer insists that you give them 30% discount. No matter what you do to bring it down to 10%, you cannot convince the customer to buy anything without the 30% discount. Let's say that they're buying 100,000 of those, 100,000 of your products. That's a lot of sale, and you may be interested in giving the discount, but then you hit a wall. The sales representative will try to submit this, but it doesn't get submitted because it needs more than one person's approval. This time, not only that sales manager needs to approve it, maybe the district manager needs to approve it as well, or the territory manager. Territory manager or even CEO may need to get involved, depending on what your company is asking you for. Like if the company decides that I want this system, I want me to be involved after the sales representative decides to give 30% off, I want to get involved. You may make that change, and then it's only a couple minutes afterwards. Once you get set this up, you may actually in a couple minutes you can get CEO involved in the email, in the emails, and also in the approval process to get the discount approved. Not only that sales manager needs to approve, also the CEO needs to approve it as well. And you can also calculate the discounted prices automatically. It's once you put in the discounted amount, it will automatically give you a field where give you a figure where you can tell the customer, okay, after discount, this is how much it's going to be. And that's very easy as well. And you'll see how easy it is once we get started. There are a couple other things that we want to show you, we want to discuss with you, because I want everybody to understand what Salesforce does fully. So when you come to classes tomorrow, and for 2 months, you're not going to be asking yourself, why are we learning this? Because every one of these actually can be done. Every one of these requests can be done by you and will be done by you once you get into a company. Create a different record type for different customers, products, and requests different information. So record type is something that we need to discuss more, but let me just explain to you what this is, because you may not understand what this is just by reading it. Create different record types. Sometimes there are different types of there are different information. Different information is needed for the same object, same Excel sheet. So you're in an Excel spreadsheet, and then you have columns of information that needs to be filled. And sometimes you say to yourself, "Oh, I don't need to fill this because this is for a customer is just interested in laptop, for example, and it's asking me for, I don't know, does it have power, like does it have a power button or something, or what's the charging? I mean, they all actually, because laptop is cell phone, but if it's audio equipment, does it have a touch screen? Like, you have the same object, audio equipment is going in the same object, same Excel spreadsheet, but the audio equipment doesn't need to have a touch screen, right? Or doesn't need to have a USB Type C cable. So you can actually you don't need to fill that form out. You don't need to fill that field out. Like, you don't need to fill in where it says, do you need to what type of how big is the screen? Things like that can be skipped when you're filling out this Excel spreadsheet. But it bothers you because you have to see it in Excel. Every time you hit one of these fields, you say, do I need to fill this? No, I don't. Do I need to fill this? Maybe yes, maybe no. You're unsure, right? But it may be decided before you get the Excel spreadsheet. Like, when I say Excel spreadsheet, is think about Salesforce. Salesforce actually will let you fill out certain fields. Will let you fill out certain fields and let the other fields, empty. Like, you don't need to fill those out. So if it's an audio equipment, you only need to fill this in. This information is needed for the audio equipment. But if you need to put in an information about laptop, then you need a different set of information. So that's what the record type is. Record type is a type of information that is needed for a record. Record is information for a certain product, or it could be customer or contact. It could be in many things. But I'm just saying, in this example, it's a different type of product, so you need different fields. So that's what allows you to differentiate between the two different products inside the Salesforce, inside the same everything, except what the end user sees. On a screen, let a sales representative see the goals, see the goods they bought before, and whether they have any complaints about the goods, if any, whether these complaints have been resolved. So this is explaining to you what case object is. Case object is going to let the sales representative see the goods, see the products that the customer bought, and if there was any complaints about these products, you can accomplish this, and you can make it so if there's a product in your Salesforce, and you may actually list all the problems that are opened for this product, and You can find out if they're resolved, or if they're still open, or if you know what you're trying to accomplish at the end. In this example, you're trying to find out if you have a faulty product, basically. If you have a product that actually keeps breaking. So the company needs to know that, right? So that's why it's important for you to do this. So the company managers can see which products they need to work on to make, maybe even they need to make another version which fixes all of these issues. So that's why sales representative also needs to see this, so they don't need to, they can actually sell the different version instead. If there's a certain version of the same product that has a lot of problems, and then they can sell the other version which has not many problems. So that actually is a great tool for sales representatives. On the same screen, sales representative could see two different accounts and the products they bought from our company. So you can have two different accounts that they all bought they all bought the same product from you. So on the same screen, you can see that you can actually make sure that you let the sales representatives could see that, and see the monthly performance reports of sales representatives. And that's just telling you how sales representatives performing. And you may actually show this to sales representatives as well as their managers. Their manager may want to see all the sales representatives, and they may actually look for different metrics. They may ask you to, I just want to see the total amount. I don't care about the product they sell. I don't care about the, how long it took them. I just want to see the total amount that they sold and we generated as revenue. So the manager may want to, see just that, and then you can create a report that actually shows that. It's an interactive, it's actually a dynamic report. So the manager, when they log in and then when they refresh, they will be able to see the actual results, real time. And same as a sales representative in this example, they can see the monthly performance report, depending on what they want to do for that month. If they sold so many products and they want to take a break or something, they say, I've done enough. I have enough commission. Let the other sales representatives take some. Sales representatives never, think that it's enough. So they will always push for more, but they want to see their commission, of course, to see the monthly performance report. Inside the monthly performance report, they will see how much they made. So you may allow them to see that. And let's take a look at other examples. Let's sales representatives only see the customer listed assigned to them. And the thing with the sales representatives, as we are, bombarding them with the, because sales representatives are different breed, they're a different breed of people. So just, I don't know how many of you are sales, coming from sales, but, they're not regular people, just so you know, if you don't know them. But sales, no, not in a bad way, it's actually a good thing, because, they actually push hard, they're very pushy, and then they get the job result, they get the job done, they get the sales happen, and so companies love them. So of course the high performance ones, but they're also competitive, right? So they have, let's say the company you work for has 10 sales representatives. I'm just throwing a number. All 10 of them are competing with each other. And do you want them to see each one of their customers? No, right? There may be loyal ones. They may be actually, honest ones, but there may be a couple of them who's going to try to make try to contact another sales representative customer to close a sale, to make a sale, so to earn more money. So you may want to, avoid that. That's why you may be asked to make sure that only the sales representative see the customer list assigned to them, not another person. Okay, so that's something that you can do inside Salesforce. Sales representatives cannot see other sales reps, lead, or opportunities. And same thing with the customers. they have leads, and you may need to contact them. I mean, you will need to contact them to close to bring them in as a potential buyer, a customer. So there's an opportunity there, and that's how sales representatives are generating revenue, and they're making money. They're making commissions. They need leads, and leads are produced by the marketing team. They're handed out to the sales representatives, and sales representatives make calls, go to events and then meet one-on-one, or even, like I said, coffee house, like they grab a cup of coffee with the client. They will try to make the sale. And do you want them to see each other's leads? No, of course not. So let the sales manager see all sales representatives, potential customers, and which stage they are in. Of course, sales manager is different. This is the person who is going to want to see what sales representatives are doing, and they can be, sales manager wants to see the amount, like the example that I gave you. They just want to see the amount. The one manager wants to see the amount, but rarely sales managers want to do that. Maybe the territory manager wants to see just the amount, but the sales manager may want to see the stage the opportunity is in. What stage? What is the stage? Let me just show you real quick, because at this point, I want to show you a couple things. Okay, maybe 1 second, please. Okay. All right, this is my Salesforce front end. Okay, this is what the sales representatives will see. And if you go to opportunities and you open an opportunity, and you will see something on top right here. It says prospecting, and then it says qualification. It says needs analysis, value proposition. This is a stage, my friends. This is actually what stage looks like. And sales manager may want to see this because if it's actually at the proposal price quote, then it's very close to closing that sale, right? This is a sale opportunity for $100,000, for a sales opportunity for $100,000. So if you're at the proposal price quote stage, the sales manager knows that it's only a little bit of time before we make $100,000. So that's why the sales manager may want to see the stage. Okay, so they can talk to their manager and tell them, okay, we don't have a closed sale yet, but we are at very near of making $100,000. So they can do that. Let's take a look. For sales above a certain amount, only sales manager should deal with it. For sales above certain amount, only sales manager, they may get involved if it's above a certain amount. Okay. And because you never know what the sales representative will do after, let's say that if it's a really big opportunity, say that it's a $10 million opportunity, and sales representative, you don't want to let that person handle that from now on. So sales manager may need to take over the opportunity. So that's what this is. And there's another thing. It says after the sales representatives meet with the lead, the customer should receive an email with information about the product. After the sales representative meets with the lead, the customer should receive an email. The customer should receive an email, but it should be done automatically. You don't want people to manually send out emails many times, because many of these tasks can be done automatically. And as a developer, as an admin, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to create a an email that will be sent out to customers, okay, a lead in this example, a potential buyer, after the sales representatives meet with them. And if the customer should, and you can include the information about the product inside the email as well. So you can put in a lot of information in the email. If the person looks at the email, they may never know, like, this is an automated email. But if they get two of them by mistake, let's say, they will see that it's structured the same. But one is talking about product A, one is talking about product B, but they're looking the same because it's actually worked from a same template. Same template can produce two different emails. Just the product names, just the product number, or the amount can be different. A lot of things like in the email can be different depending on what the information you feed it. So that's the beauty of Salesforce and what it does. It's a great product because it allows you to put in dynamic information inside the email, and once you make it automatic as well, as soon as the sales representatives meet with the lead, the customer can receive an email, automatic email, with the information that's relevant. Okay. A contract should be created automatically when a sale is completed. When a sale is completed, what do you mean? Say that, let me see. We are at the prospecting stage. We get to needs analysis stage. Needs analysis. Okay, we are analyzing, and then we find out. Okay, this is a great opportunity, and then we get to perception analysis, and then we are at this stage. We wait maybe a couple of days. Okay, we don't move forward, and then the sales representative forgets about it or something. Even though you have all these tools, you have actually automatic tools that lets the sales representative know, okay, there's a opportunity sitting at perception analysis stage. What can we do to improve it? What can we do to get to the next stage? So you can actually give them, send them an email, send them all these internal messages, automatic. These are all done automatically too. And then sales representative, okay, you know what? Let me get back to this pyramid emergency generators opportunity. And then we send out a proposal price code, and then we mark that as current stage. Okay, we are at the current stage. Proposal is sent, and then we send out a price code, and then we get into the negotiation. Okay, these are all steps that sales representatives taken, and you may need maybe fewer stages. You may need identifying decision makers. We already know who we want to contact. We don't need to identify decision maker. This is the contact that we want to contact. So if it's actually this opportunity, we know that who is responsible to close the deal. So we can eliminate this stage. We can eliminate needs analysis stage, for example, depending on the company's needs. So once we do the negotiation, and then we review the contract, we review the opportunity, and then we go to close stage. At this stage, you either close it won or close it lost. So when it says close won, that means that you made $100,000. That's the amount, okay, $100,000, and then once you close it, that will be put in the system as a generated revenue. All right, now it's close won, but it says close won, but nothing happened. And Salesforce gives you the structure, but you may want to generate a contract after it's close won. The manager tells you that you need to make sure that the contract is generated after the opportunity is closed. Okay, so the contract will be automatically created after the opportunity is closed, but the company may ask you to this contract to be submitted to the sales manager for approval before it's sent to the customer. That's another thing, another step that needs to be done. So this is the first step. A contract will be created with automatic tools like automation tools inside Salesforce. And then after that, the next step would be this contract will be submitted for manager's approval. And that's another step that you can create as well, and before it's sent to the customer. And that can be automatically done as well once the manager is reviewed and approved it. Then it can be sent to the customer to be signed. All customers should receive a congratulations email on their birthday. And we have customer list, as you can see. We have a list of customers here. Let me get to the contacts. Okay, these are contacts that are created, and we have John Bond. Okay, John Bond has a birthday of 8/25/1958. Okay, this date, let's say August 25th comes, you may have an automation tool that's set up to send an email to all of your contacts, congratulating their birthday, and from the company, on the company's behalf. And this is the company, Vice Quarter, for example, this the company that you work for, and then every birthday that the contacts have, they will receive an email. And you see how hard it would be for a person. If you ask a person, if you have 100,000 customers, and 100,000 customers may seem a lot, but think about the millions of customers that many of these companies have. You think that you would need, you think that it would be easier for them to assign a person, not just a person, maybe tens of people to send an email, manually. So this can be done automatically, and you can set it up using automation tools. And you don't need to learn how to code either to do this task. And this can be done very easily in the back end of Salesforce. And that's duplicate records. Duplicate records is a big issue when it comes to creating records. Sometimes sales representatives or marketers or actually it's even managers, like they may need to enter a record inside Salesforce. But what happens is that if the record is already there, then there's going to be problems. Let's say that you have an opportunity, okay, and then you create an opportunity, edge emergency generators, right? And then this is connected to account, okay, edge communications. Edge communications is the account, and edge communication, there's another edge communications, let's say, okay? And then that edge communications does not have this opportunity. This opportunity is linked to this account, but this account, it all also exists inside your Salesforce database, but under a slightly different name with maybe a different phone number, but it's the same account, okay? If it's the same account, and then you're looking for this opportunity, edge emergency generator, but you can't find it because you look at the duplicate account, but you can't find any opportunity that's linked to that account, because this opportunity is linked to the edge communications, but you're looking at the duplicate. So it can be a huge issue. It can actually bring down the productivity level. So that's why you need to eliminate these duplicates, and it could be cleared every night with automation tools. And you can set it up so it eliminates looking at different metrics, like it looks at the address. It may need to, find out if the address has the same zip code, because address can be also misspelled. The name can be misspelled also. So you may need to look at different things to find out if they're duplicates. and you can give it a duplicate level, like two records are duplicate, but they're 90% alike. You may need to review that, you know. So there are a lot of things that can be done within Salesforce that can help you eliminate these duplicate records. And duplicate records are actually really important in Salesforce. That actually will, like I said, it will bring down the productivity, and it will actually hurt the business if you have multiple records with, you know, for the same source. When there's a complaint about a product, this complaint should be automatically assigned to the relevant service personnel. We talked about this. There's a personnel, there's a tech support manager, tech support representative that's equipped with all the skills and knowledge about a certain type of product, let's say a cell phone, and the other one is you know, more like a laptop technician. And you need to make sure that it needs the case, which is the complaint about a product case, is automatically assigned to the relevant service personnel. If the service personnel cannot respond to this complaint for any reason, a second service personnel should be automatically assigned to deal with this job within a certain period of time. So let's say the technician who's assigned a case, laptop technician, say that that person is not replying to this, is not responding to this customer's case, and the customer's upset. They make a phone call, and then they're complaining, and then you don't want that, right? You don't want the customer to be complaining. You don't want that customer to be upset because they don't want to buy your product again. So that's why a second technician may need to be assigned to the same case to fix this issue, and it should be done automatically after a certain period of time. Let's say 24-hour passes, and then this person who's the laptop technician never, you know, replied to any of the emails, never did anything with this case. And then you need to have automation tools inside Salesforce to assign a different technician for this case. And it can be done, and you'll learn how to do that as well. All right, what requests can the owner of the company have? Wants to provide fast, quality, effective service. So this is the goal, okay? Fast, quality, effective service is what the owner of the company or any company owner wants, because if it's fast, quality, and effective service, then the customer's happy with. If they're upset already, they come to you because they've had many issues with the product that you sold to them, and they're upset already. But if you make an effort to fix the issue, and also effort is not enough, you need to fix the issue, and you need to make it fast, and you need to do a quality job, and at the end that customer should be happy. That's the main goal of the companies. Okay, and again, going back to how do companies make their sales? Okay, how do company make revenue? They first send out flyers. They send the word out. They call or they, you know, set up events, or they put on an ad on the TV or on web. They send out emails. They make phone calls, and that's the marketing part, and that's how you are generating leads. Okay, so the most important thing inside marketing is to generate lead. That's why we are not going to talk about how you can make, how you can help marketing cloud, which is the Salesforce's term for this app. Marketing cloud, we're not going to talk about how you can help them generate advertisements, because there's many things that's involved in generating advertising, and also you need to integrate it with Facebook or Instagram, all of that. You don't need to learn all of that, because the most important thing about this marketing cloud is lead. Okay, that's what you need to learn, and that's what we're going to teach you, how you can work off of leads, and that's within sales cloud. Okay, within sales cloud there's a lead object that actually will fetch the information from the lead object, and this is the cloud that we're going to teach you in Vice Coder, and you will learn how to generate how to work off of a lead object, opportunities, and then also contacts, accounts, and also cases. And case object is the actually backbone of service. There are many things inside service that we don't need to get involved with, but case is actually something that we need to learn, and we're going to learn how to generate a case from a form, or we're going to look into automation tools, how we can resolve an issue once the case is created, how we can assign it to different people. That's what some of these examples were. They were actually talking about how you can resolve an issue if after a certain amount of time, for example. That was one of the things that you need to learn, and that's what we're going to teach at the administrator and also developer part. And inside sales, you have sales representative contacts, introduces products, and take attention if interested in more explanation. So bargain, these are the sales process we talked about, but sales has many objects. Objects are like spreadsheets, and we'll talk more about that, but just to give you preview about what we're going to talk about. Objects, when I say object, think about an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so let's talk about, all right, we have different clouds, as I said: Salesforce Marketing Cloud, Salesforce Sales Cloud, and Salesforce Service Cloud. And when they're talking about cloud is something that's out there, out on the internet. You have your information somewhere else, not on your computer. Basically, that's what cloud is. Cloud is information that's on the internet. Of course, there are, when I say that's on the internet, they are stored in Salesforce's databases, and there are computers, and there's probably a room full of computers, okay, the many rooms actually, and they are being stored there, and how you access it is via internet. Okay, that's why I say out on the internet. Like on the other side of the internet there's a Salesforce's servers. So but since you access it via the internet, that's why I say out on the internet. And it's a CRM solution. CRM is customer management, customer relationship management, and your interactions with the customers are being put inside Salesforce's database, and that's being stored out on the internet. And that's why it's called cloud. Sometimes cloud, you see this, you hear this term about photos that you have on your computer, on your phone. When you back it up to the cloud, you back it up to Google or you back it up to iPhone, they are stored in the cloud. So that's what the marketing cloud. You have sales cloud and also service cloud. They're interchangeable. They're also interacting with each other. And marketing cloud has lead, for example. Service cloud has cases, and sales has opportunities, and they all work together. Okay, one sees another, and you have inside the sales cloud, you have the cloud management. Okay, cloud marketing cloud connect. So they're talking to each other, and inside the sales, you may actually see the lead object and lead records. Inside the lead records, there's information that's very important for you to close a sale. So of course you need to convert the lead into contact and create an opportunity to close a sale. but I'm just saying that there are other things that may be required for sales, sales team to know about the marketing team, like what they're doing. And same thing with the service. Sales Cloud also integrates with the Service Cloud. There's a case management, like there's automation tools, customization, case management, reports and analytics, account management. So case management is something that we're going to deep dive into that. And Sales Cloud will integrate with the Service Cloud, because after you make the sale, of course, you need to know the service, actually the cases are being resolved in a timely manner, so you can make more sale from the same contact. Okay, so there are many clouds. I mean, we talked about marketing, we talked about sales and service. There are three clouds. These are not the only three clouds, three applications that Salesforce offers. There are many other. Okay, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Commerce Cloud. So there's 16 cloud solutions, and there's NFT Cloud, Vaccine Cloud. So these are specific to the field, the industry. Okay, nonprofit cloud, for example, if there's a nonprofit organization, they may want to buy this nonprofit cloud. And actually, I think the nonprofit cloud is free for nonprofit organizations, but I may be wrong. Don't But Salesforce will keep your information, keep your records if you're a nonprofit cloud, and it actually is fit to that industry. Okay, it's like a Lego. It's just the right Lego part for this job. Okay. Same thing with the Sales Cloud. The reason that's on top is because Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and Marketing Cloud, they generate almost half of what Salesforce is making. Okay, everything else combined is making the other half. So they actually make these three are the most important things, most important clouds, and sales being the number one. They actually work together interchangeably, like they work together, interact with each other, and as you saw with the lead and the case objects. But with the nonprofit cloud, they may need other objects, other things that are required. Okay, community cloud, commerce cloud. So these are all industry-specific cloud solutions from Salesforce, and they are able to generate these very quickly also because they have a very good foundation. Because they've been founded in 1999, they've been around the block for many years, and it doesn't appear that they're going to go away anytime soon either. So they're not going to. Don't worry about it. They're not going to bankrupt or go somewhere else, because they're the pioneer of this field. CRM solution. When you talk about cloud CRMs, Salesforce is number one, and they've been number one for a long time. And being one of the first ones, they know how to make customers happy. They know how to come up with these different solutions for industry specifics. And NFT Cloud, Vaccine Cloud is something that they just created within 3 months. They were able to do that within 3 months. They were able to generate a solution to a problem that all over the world everybody had this problem, right? There was a pandemic, and that's why they were able to find the solution, find a cloud solution, find a CRM solution to this problem within 3 months, and they can fix this issue that the customers may have, and they will do everything they can to make sure that they continue generating revenue. Okay, and learning Salesforce will help you because there will always be a job for you, because Salesforce is something that even as an end user, you may, of course, we want you to become a developer. We want you to become an administrator. Even as an end user, there's so many opportunities, okay? Because all of these people, all of these clients, and think about Fortune 500 companies, 90% of them use Salesforce. You know, could they, many of them are, they're all built multi-billion dollar companies. Why wouldn't they find their own solutions? Like there's Google, right? Google uses Salesforce. Why doesn't Google find their own solution? Oh yeah. Mm, okay. All right, let's take 10-minute break. I know that it's been a while and everybody needs to take a break. Okay, let's take 10 minutes break, and then when we come back, we'll finish this up. Thank you. All right. Are we back? We have we've been actually going over this for about an hour and a half, and Fatma Hocam, thank you for reminding me to take a break. Um, there's actually going to be assistant teachers who's going to be joining us in our live sessions. So if there's a problem, if there's an issue, they will immediately resolve them, not disrupting the class. So if you're having issues during the class, you may contact the assistant teacher, or you may contact the you know the person, whoever is in there. So instructors, like we have two assistants usually, in live sessions. They will be able to help you. And if you're having issues with certain, part of the live session, if you're unable to continue, they can immediately help you. And not only that, they can help you, they can help me as well to take a break. And after an hour and a half, we have a couple more slides to go. I know that I've been, this is boring, I know that, but it's important that you understand the overall picture, so we can get to the demo part. We can get to the actual how Salesforce looks and how it looks in the background. So we'll show you, and then we'll take some questions from you. So you may have a lot of questions. So we'll try to reduce those questions before we get to them. So with the slides and with also demonstration. And we were talking about the clouds, different cloud solutions Salesforce offers. We said there's up to 16, and they're finding cloud solutions for every problem very quickly. So that was the overall take for this slide. So let's take a look at the other one, Sales Cloud features. So we have the account management, leads management, opportunity management, reports and dashboards, case management, contacts management, campaign management. So we have a lot of tools. We have a lot of, this is the structure of Salesforce cloud features. These are the features that Salesforce offers. And like I mentioned before, there are a few nuances, a few things that needs to be done that fits the company's needs, the company that you work for. And that's where you come in and to fix those issues. But you need to learn how this whole thing works before you can do that. And you will have, you will have actually a person who works for a company. You will have a title. You will be an admin, or you will be a developer. After 2.5 months of taking the course, you will be asked to, you will be taking a certification exam, Salesforce certification. Not by us. This is done by Salesforce themselves. They will be giving you the certificate, and then after the knowledge that you show Salesforce, after you become a Salesforce admin, you certified Salesforce admin, you take the developer part of this course, which is going to take about 4 months. Within that 4 months, you will learn languages like, first of all, you learn HTML. HTML. You will learn CSS, JavaScript. Okay, these are basic. You will need to learn basic knowledge of these. HTML, if I could spell, that'd be great. But HTML is a basic, language inside web pages. Every web page is built on this structure. Some even argue that this is not even a language, but I'm not going to get into that argument. So HTML is basic language that actually is very easy to learn. CSS goes hand to hand with that. CSS is the visual part of the structure. So you have the HTML, which builds this structure, so where everything is, and CSS will give you the colors, for example, or how it, how it interacts when you hover your mouse over it. For example, you hover your mouse over a link, it changes its color. What color do you want it to be? That can be determined by CSS. And JavaScript is the logic behind it, so how it behaves. the behavior part. That's the language that you will learn. But like I said, you don't need to know too much about these three. People spend years to learn these. You only need to learn the basics, and then we get to the Apex part. Okay, Apex is a Java-like programming language, and we will teach you how to use that to do some of the things that are not, that are not possible as an admin with point and click tools, drag and drop tools. Okay, so with Apex, and some of these are actually done with Apex and also with the drag and drop tools as well. But with Apex, you will learn that it's much easier, much faster to do it that way. But again, that's something that you need to learn within the 4 months of becoming a developer. So that's the next slide that I was going to go to. So developer, as a developer, you'll learn Apex, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and creates new functions that are not in Salesforce by writing a code. So again, as an admin, you will be able to do that as well without writing a code. But there will be times that once you know how to code, then you will be able to write these codes in Apex. Okay, and not to mention that developers make good money. Okay, look it up in LinkedIn. You look it up in Indeed. Many of these job searching sites, you will see that developers make quite a bit more than admins make. Okay, administrators are they're it's still a nice skill to have, but you want to become a developer to make good money. Okay, and after you become a developer, you have a path in front of you. And that path can lead to become an architect. Architects are, you remember what I was saying to you about if the company requests you to do something and then you do it and then you do it, like they may not be clear about what they want. You find a solution, but that actually cloud, that actually foggy cloud, is not very clear sometimes, and many of these times, if you're not the only developer inside the company, there will be an architect, or there can be a consultant. They will actually create a structure. Okay, they will say, okay, this is what we need. The company manager, the company will tell them, hey, I want sales. After the sales, after the opportunity closes, okay, I want the contract to be created. They may ask you, the company may ask it differently, and then the architect, okay, will decipher this information, and then they will give it to the team. Okay, this is the team, and you have Salesforce developers, and then Salesforce admins, and then you have Salesforce developers, and you have one admin, and then there's a team lead. Okay, team lead, and team lead will they will tell you, the team lead will tell Salesforce administrator to do things that are not necessarily to write in codes. So they can assign a Salesforce administrator to do certain tasks that architect will give them, and then Salesforce developer will do other things, other projects. They will work with programs. So this is actually something that can be done. This is basic structure of a Salesforce team. And architect is actually very important in this part, because they're the ones who are going to find the solution to companies. And when we were giving you examples, we were talking about as if you are talking to the company owner yourselves. In real life, that's not the case, unless it's a very small company and the company is you're the only developer. And but in many cases, an architect will be hired, or even a consultant will be hired, and they will draw out a plan to accomplish these tasks that the manager or the company owner requests. Okay. All right, that's the end of my slides, and let's get to the front end, and we'll show you a couple things. And we were already showing you a couple things, but we'll get into a little bit more details. Okay, and then let's give some room for the classes too. So I'm not going to get into too much into detail, because I want everybody to join the live sessions, and also I don't want people to be confused. Okay. From the first day. And let's take a look at the home screen. This is my sales app. Okay, this is the front end. This whole thing is the front end. This is where you can select your different objects. Okay, and I'm going to do it this way. Inside the sales app, this is the app name, and these are the objects, as we call them, inside Salesforce. And what did I say about the objects? They're like Excel spreadsheets. Okay, they're like Excel spreadsheets. Okay, Excel spreadsheets. So you have opportunities. This is where you keep all your opportunities. This is where you keep all your accounts records and leads records and forecast tasks, files, contacts. These are all different objects, and some of them lead to like reports and dashboards. And we mentioned that before. If you go to reports, you will see different reports, okay, that you may actually create for managers, and you may share that with a certain type of people. So this is where you see the reports. But I can also see some of these reports on the home screen. And I logged in as an administrator, okay? I logged in as an administrator, but this information may change depending on who logged in. Okay, this information, what you see, opportunity success, opportunity stage report, these can be different. If the manager wants to see just a number, you can see them, you can show them just this, and you may not show them this. Okay, but sales manager wants to see how many of my opportunities are at proposal stage, how many of them are in negotiation stage. So sales manager might want to see that, but the territory manager may want to see only the opportunity success rate. So there's different reports that you can create, and you can put it in the home screen. That's something that you're able to do. And right on the home screen, I can create a form that will create a contact automatically. Okay, that's something that you will be able to do. And there are different types of reports, different graphs, different charts. So this is the home screen, and this is the sales app. Overall, structurally, this is how it's made, but you can customize almost anything, and you can customize it, and then customization can be customized. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make this customization for you, but you can also make customization for other people. This page actually is a home page, but your page may look differently because this is the customized page. Okay, I know that many of you or all of you created a dev org, which is a development org, developer org, but yours is not going to look the same. Okay, I'm going to create another one for the new course, but so we are on the same page. But I just want to show you how it looks if you were to customize it, okay, using Salesforce tools. And you will not see it this way. You may see it a different way, but this is the structure of sales app. I mean, and just like on your phone, you have the app launcher, or you can see the app on your home screen. In iPhone, you can just drag it down. You can search for an app. All of that can be done here too. You can click on this app launcher right here, okay? And then once you click on it, you will see all the apps. And if you click on view all, you will see all the apps that are available inside your org. We have the sales app, service app, marketing app. You remember these three are the backbone of Salesforce. These three are the apps that actually generate the most revenue for Salesforce. And you may be able to customize, you will be able to customize these depending on the requirements. Like this icon can be customized, and when you click on it, what you see can be customized. Like when I click on it, I see these, everything can be customized. The logo can be customized. You will see, different logo here. And how, like if I logged in as a user, can I see certain objects? Can I see them, or I cannot see them? That can be customized. I don't want, for example, with the leads, you remember we said about the leads. I don't want everybody to see all the leads. Like sales representative, I log in as one of the sales reps. I don't want to see this Brenda McClure. I don't want that sales representative to see it if they are not assigned to this lead. So everything can be customized, and this is the app launcher. And interesting thing, App Store. There is actually an App Store inside Salesforce. App Store is actually it was bought. The naming rights belong to Salesforce, but it was given to the friend of well, it was given to Steve Jobs and Apple. App Store is actually something that trademark was Salesforce's trademark, but it was given to Apple to be used. Now they call it App Exchange, and you can enter. You can actually add new customizations to the Salesforce using App Exchange or App Store, and that's also another thing that we need to cover. And these are the apps. We go to Service App, for example. Okay, you see Service App has different front end. I mean, yeah, they look, well, it has the same home page, but it has the chatter, and also it has accounts, contacts, and cases. It has cases inside service. Cases is something that service representative will need to look at all the time. And we have different service app. We have service and we have service console. Service console is a little bit different. Okay, it's structurally a little bit different because right now you don't see all the other objects on top. You only see just cases. So we'll get into much more details. I just want to show you the front end. There's like a little bit differences between the apps. So when you get to Service Console, you may see it differently than I can. So just make sure that you choose Service, not Service Console. Sales, not Sales Console. Okay. So just want to remind you that. So there are different versions of apps. They look a little different, but mostly we're going to be looking at the sales app. And that's the front end. This is how it looks, how it's structured, and end user will see this part. What we are going to see as an admin and a developer, we're going to click on this gear icon on top right, okay, right next to our logo where it says view profile, and that's my profile right here. And you can click on this gear icon and you will get a couple different options. You will have service setup, and then you have edit object, okay? And if you're inside an object, it will give you the edit object. You may have different options, okay? But the thing that we want to click on most of the time, it's going to be setup. That's our backend. That's where we are going to make all of our customizations. You click on the gear icon, setup, gear setup, gear setup. We're going to click on these two combinations a lot. So you need to learn this, gear setup, okay? Remember that. Gear, and then we hit setup. Now, this is the backend of Salesforce, okay? Not too scary, is it? Because if you look, you have these options, you have the home page, and you will learn all of this, and not all of them, to be honest, but you will learn the things that matter the most, basically. So you will go to users, for example, and then we will look at the profiles and then roles and the users, and then you will look at email, okay? We have apps. These are the apps, you remember, These are the apps, and this is how it looks. We have the app manager. If I click on app manager, I will see all the apps. I have the apps, the sales app, I have the service app, I have the marketing app. So these are the apps that you will be able to, this is where you'll be able to customize, and the customization that you make over here will be reflected in the front end. Okay, and that's how you manage it. Let me go back to the back end, and then we have the search quick find. I will ask you to go to quick find, set up quick find, set up quick find. That's another combination. Go to quick find. When I say quick find, I mean gear, setup, quick find. Okay. If you go to quick find and I want you to type in flow, and you will see there's many options, but you type in flows. Okay. You will have something called process automation, and under process automation, you have flows. And you have different flows. There's many of them are created by Salesforce. Well, you will see only the ones that are created by Salesforce, but you will see many of them have different types. So we will learn how to create these. Let me show you one of them. Okay. This is a flow. We call it flow, Salesforce flow. And what flow is programming. It's a program actually. It is a program without writing any codes. All the tools, all the things that you need are on the left-hand side, and then basically you click and then drag onto your screen. You click and drag. That's how you write a program. Without writing any code, you will be able to generate this program, and it will act like a program. It will have a logic behind it. If the end user does something, you can, with flow, using these arrows, you can make it do the different things. Make this flow do the different things depending on what the end user does. And let's take a look at what this does. This is creating a case flow. So this is a screen flow, and you can just click run and then try it out. This is a flow that was generated for tech support, for call center. A call center employee may launch this flow to greet the customer, and then find out what their issues is, what their issue is, and then put that information inside Salesforce as a case. Okay, you remember we said a customer may call, and then the technician can write down the information, and then they can put it in the system, and then that problem needs to be resolved. This is what the call center sees when they pick up the phone call. When they first pick up the phone call, it says, "Hello, this is Birol." This is a script generated for Salesforce, generated for the company tech support team, okay, call center employees. And it says Birol, right? This is Birol. How does it know that? Whoever logged into the Salesforce instance, they will be able to create, they will see the script that actually shows their name. If David logs into their Salesforce instance with their name, username, password, they will see, "Hello, this is David." And this is a script that you just read for the tech support, of course. For the call center employee, they just read this. "Hello, this is Bill. Can you provide your first and last name?" And then you put your first and last name, okay? And then you hit next. It will ask you for your email, for the customer's email and the phone number. You put in the phone number, you hit next. "Okay, what can I help you with today?" And then the customer complains about a problem, and it's mechanical problem, and it is a phone call, and you put in the subject, okay, and then you put in the details, and then you hit next, and then, "Okay, thank you, your case is created, and then your case number is this. When you call back, please provide this case number, and then we'll be in touch with the next step." and we will be in touch, meaning that another technician will call the customer to find out, like to find the details, if there's any missing gaps, missing pieces of the puzzle. They can provide the solution to that customer. And this is a simple script that was created for for the call center employees. We'll get to that in just a second. This is the last thing that I want to show, Mohammed Orhan Bey. Okay. And then after that, after you finish, that's it. And then you're allowed to take the next call. So when you go to the next call, you can take their information, and then you start actually putting this in. This is just a script case generation flow that you can create using these tools. Very easily done. I mean, there is going to be learning curve. I'm not going to lie to you, because to get to this part, there will be many things. Then by the time we get to this part, you may be overwhelmed with information, but this is probably the most important part of Salesforce. So I want you to pay extra attention when we get to this part. Okay. Now, I want to take a couple. Well, if you have questions, please direct them to me via chat. And then I'll try to, I only see chat right now. I don't know if you have any other way of asking the questions, but I only see the webinar chat. If you can, please ask your questions in webinar chat, in the Zoom chat. All right, let's take some questions and then we'll try to answer them. And that was actually it for the Salesforce in demonstration. We try to explain to you what Salesforce is, what Salesforce does, and how it can be used to fix some of the issues. And hopefully that was helpful to all of you. And if you have any more questions, if you have questions that I didn't cover, maybe that's you need to learn before, you need to know before we start the live sessions, please ask them. And you can even ask them in Turkish, by the way. If you're not comfortable asking it in English, that's fine. Mohammed Bey, I'm waiting for you. You're the one who wanted to. Okay. Yes, this is the overall picture. I'm trying to draw overall picture for you, so when tomorrow comes, you know what's required of you, what you need to learn. Okay, there's quite a few. Okay, let me start to. Yes, this page that I showed you, like if I go to sales, the home page will not look like yours. Okay, this is not how it looks when you first open your DevOrg. This is something after this is some of the things that you are able to do after you learn things like reports and charts. After you do the flow, this is actually a flow. You saw how I did the case. You generate a case. This is exactly a flow. This is going to generate a contact and a account. Okay, and this is something that you can do after we learn how to do the generation of reports generation, and we do the dashboards, and you learn how to create this home screen. But opportunities, you will have dummy data. Okay, you will have, most of these are going to be similar to you. Most of these are going to be exactly the same for you because they come out of the box with Salesforce. Yes, after 6 months, of this course, I'm hoping that, I'll try my best to show you everything, but I need your efforts. as well. Okay, and this is one thing that I need you to do. For example, I'm taking questions from you. It would be a lot helpful for you and for me if you were to ask questions during the live sessions. And I want everybody to join the live sessions, of course, but sometimes, you know, you're not going to be able to. There are things that you need to do. I understand all of that, and thankfully you have the ability to, you know, rewatch these after, you know, after the live sessions in your own time. But live sessions has perks and perks because you will be able to ask questions, and hopefully with the questions answered, you'll have a better understanding. Because if you're watching it later on, you may have a question that you need to answer, you need answered right away. You can do that in live sessions. So thank you. Thank you. And Mohammed Bey, yes, you need to know English, but the thing about English is that when you're, especially if you're remotely working, okay, most of your communication is via email. And many of you, I'm sure that even though your one-on-one, like your ability to speak may not be up to par, but you may still be able to understand what the problem is via the email. And you know, I would suggest you work on your English, of course, but don't let that stop you from, you know, learning what's out there, learning what Salesforce does, and what the component, what the objects are, what the records are. Learn all of this. I'm sure you'll be able to learn, but English actually is something that, as long as you have written English communication skill, I don't think you have to worry about that, because many of your communication will be done via email, and grammar, yeah, grammar, if you're not careful, you may mean something else. And if you're asked to do something inside the email and you read it, and then you misunderstand something, that can be an issue. So English is, yeah, you need to learn at least a good level of English. It doesn't have to be excellent. I'm just saying that you know, as long as your written communication is great, you should be fine. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a couple more a couple more questions, and then we'll close the session. Right now, we only have access to account. Okay, this is the front end. Selenium, this is the front end. Opportunities, accounts, leads, this is the front end. And you get to this from the back end. This is the back end. Okay. This is what you see when you get to setup home. If you click on app launcher, and then you can get to the front end from here. And once you click on it, you'll get to the front end. You know, we communicate via Slack and also email. My email is, let me write it down. Okay, that's my email, bmkanmaz@wisecoder.com. You may contact me via email or Slack. I'm on Slack as well. Yes, Maksud Bey, I think, right? Is it? Maksud Bey is right. I mean, well, there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are not careful about grammar, so don't sweat it. Make sure that you learn Salesforce, and once you learn Salesforce, and if you're really good at it, many companies will be very lucky to have you. All right. Well, inshallah, inshallah. All right, inshallah. I think that that's it for today. And hopefully, I want everybody to join our live sessions tomorrow, starting tomorrow. And hopefully, we'll start this journey together. And then after me, you'll start learning developer. And many of you will, I'm sure, join the Turkish classes during the afternoon. So, but I'm available 7 to 10. So if you're free and you want to learn it in English, please join our live sessions between 7 and 10. And Thursday, there are no classes on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I'm sure you have the schedule. All right. Unless you have more questions, I can answer them. But I appreciate it as well for you coming over here. Thank you very much. And we'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.